Enough is enough. It's a crackdown on shoplifting and big box store theft.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on our channel, Immortal News. Today we'll be presenting a list of famous celebrities who have passed away, with announcements of their passing made in the last 24 hours. As always, we have special tributes in our today's top headline section. Before we proceed, we kindly ask for your support by giving this video a thumbs up. Let's begin. Thank you.
Number 6.
Taylor RussoGrigg, a vibrant and beloved social media star, captured the hearts of her audience through her creative and uplifting content on TikTok. Born on September 9, 1999, Taylor quickly rose to prominence in the digital space, where she amassed a loyal following due to her authentic personality and relatable posts. She was celebrated not only for her engaging videos, but for her warmth, strength, and unwavering positivity, despite facing immense personal challenges. Taylor's creativity extended beyond her online presence, as she often shared moments of her life with her followers, making them feel like part of her journey. Her bravery and resilience shone through her content, offering comfort and inspiration to those who followed her. Described by her husband, Cameron Grigg, as the most brave and strong woman he had ever known, Taylor's faith was a guiding light during her darkest times. Despite enduring more pain than most do in a lifetime, she remained a source of joy to those around her, always bringing light to even the hardest of situations. Her personal life was a testament to her compassionate and giving nature. Married to Cameron, Taylor cherished her relationships and valued her family, friends, and online community deeply. Though her life was tragically cut short at the age of 25, her impact endures, not only through her memory but also through her final act of generosity, organ donation. Even in passing, Taylor continues to save lives, a testament to her selfless spirit. Taylor RussoGrigg passed away suddenly at the age of 25. Her legacy lives on in the lives she touched and the hearts she lifted, a shining example of grace and strength. Tributes to Taylor RussoGrigg.
Number 5.
Christopher Gerard Ciccone, an artist, designer, and brother of Madonna, left an everlasting mark on the worlds of interior design, art, and entertainment. Born on November 20, 1960 in Pontiac, Michigan, Ciccone was the fifth child in the Ciccone family. He first rose to prominence through his collaboration with Madonna, working as her creative consultant and director. His contributions to her iconic tours such as the Girly Show World Tour and the Blonde Ambition World Tour solidified his reputation in the entertainment industry. Ciccone also directed music videos and helped shape the visual aspects of Madonna's early career. As a versatile creative, Ciccone expanded his talents into the realms of interior and furniture design, where he made notable achievements. His work was featured in restaurants across New York, Miami, and Los Angeles, as well as corporate boxes at London's O2 Arena. Perhaps most notably, his furniture design was selected for President Bill Clinton's New York office, showcasing his skills on a grand stage. In 2008, Ciccone penned the best-selling memoir, Life with My Sister Madonna, which delved into his complex relationship with his famous sibling. Though the book caused a public rift between them, Ciccone later indicated they had reconciled, and he expressed pride in her accomplishments. Outside of his professional endeavors, Ciccone's personal life was filled with love and creativity. In 2016, he married Ray Thacker, a British actor, and they built a life together, supported by a close-knit circle of family and friends. He eventually returned to Michigan, near his family's Suttons Bay-based Ciccone Vineyards. Ciccone passed away peacefully at the age of 63 after a battle with cancer. He is survived by his husband, Madonna, their siblings, and extended family members. His legacy of creativity and resilience endures through his diverse body of work and the lasting impact he had on those around him. Tributes to Christopher Ciccone.
Number 4.
Matthew Lewis, a trailblazing American photojournalist, was widely celebrated for his profound contributions to visual storytelling. Best known for his 1975 Pulitzer Prize for feature photography, his poignant images captured the diverse and vibrant Washington lifestyle, blending color and black and white photography to evoke powerful emotions. His work covered pivotal moments in American history, including civil rights marches, Super Bowls, and the funeral of President John F. Kennedy. As the first African-American photographer for the Washington Post, Lewis broke barriers in journalism and photography, leaving a lasting impact on both the industry and those who followed in his footsteps. Born on March 8, 1930 in McDonald, Pennsylvania, Lewis moved to Washington, D.C. in 1947, where he began his academic journey at Howard University before attending the University of Pittsburgh. After serving in the U.S. Navy as a hospital corpsman, Lewis's photography career took off when he worked for the Baltimore Afro-American and eventually landed at the Washington Post in 1965. Rising through the ranks, he became assistant managing editor of photography and captured iconic moments that would forever be etched in American history. In addition to his Pulitzer Prize, Lewis was recognized with first-place honors from the White House News Photographers Association in 1968 and 1971. He was further honored in 2010 by the International Civil Rights Center and Museum, cementing his legacy as not only a visual chronicler of social change but also as a symbol of resilience and representation in his field. Matthew Lewis passed away at the age of 94, leaving behind a legacy defined by his groundbreaking work, his dedication to capturing history through a lens, and his lifelong commitment to visual journalism. His images continue to inspire future generations of photographers and storytellers. Tributes to Matthew Lewis.
Number 3.
Alan Bly, an Emmy-winning comedy writer and producer, was renowned for his significant contributions to television, particularly for his work on The Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour and Van Dyke and Company. Born on July 19, 1937, in Winnipeg, Canada, Bly's early talent as a singer gained him attention across Canadian radio. His versatility later caught the eye of Fred Rogers, and he originated the role of Captain Bly on Mr. Rogers, a predecessor to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Bly's major career breakthrough came in 1968 when Tom and Dick Smothers invited him to Los Angeles to write and produce the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. His innovative writing alongside other comedic talents like Steve Martin and Rob Reiner helped earn the show an Emmy in 1969. Bly continued his impressive career by writing and producing for shows such as The Ray Stevens Show, The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, and Super Dave. He also co-wrote Elvis Presley's legendary 1968 comeback special. Bly won a second Emmy in 1973 for his work on Van Dyke and Company, solidifying his legacy in the comedy television world. Beyond television, Bly had a profound connection to his faith. In 1972, he established the Synagogue for the Performing Arts in Beverly Hills, where he served as cantor emeritus. His dedication to the Jewish community extended to philanthropic efforts, helping raise millions for educational causes. Alan Bly passed away at his home in Palm Desert, California, at the age of 87. He is survived by his wife, Rita, his brother, Gary, 6 children, and 3 grandchildren. His creative legacy and contributions to both television and the Jewish community will continue to be remembered and celebrated. Tributes to Alan Bly.
Number 2.
Dan Coughlin, an iconic figure in Cleveland sports journalism, left an everlasting mark on both print and broadcast media. Born in 1938, Coughlin began his career as a sports writer for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, where his insightful reporting and engaging style earned him widespread acclaim. In 1976, he was named Ohio Sportswriter of the Year by the National Sportscasters and Sportswriters Association, a testament to his exceptional contributions to sports journalism. Later, he expanded his influence to television, becoming a beloved sports anchor and reporter for WJW Fox 8 in Cleveland, where he worked for over 3 decades. Coughlin's career was marked by his versatility and dedication. From covering major events like the Civil Rights Marches and Super Bowls, to serving as a play-by-play announcer for the Cleveland Indians, his work resonated with audiences across multiple platforms. He also co-hosted the popular Friday Night Touchdown high school football program, a role that earned him 2 Lower Great Lakes Emmy Awards in 2010 and 2012. As an author, Coughlin captured the essence of the Cleveland sports scene through his 4 books, including Pass the Nuts and Just One More Story, which featured his trademark humor and rich anecdotes from his career. Beyond his professional achievements, Coughlin was recognized for his contributions to journalism and the community. He was inducted into the Cleveland Press Club Journalism Hall of Fame in 1996 and the Greater Cleveland Sports Hall of Fame in 2017. Coughlin's work was not only a reflection of his passion for sports, but also his deep connection to the city he called home. Dan Coughlin passed away at the age of 86. His legacy lives on through the countless lives he touched, the stories he told, and his enduring influence on sports journalism. Tributes to Dan Coughlin. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Dame Judi Dench has opened up about her deep grief following the death of her longtime friend, Dame Maggie Smith. Speaking during the Cheltenham Literature Festival, Dench, 89, was visibly emotional when asked about the loss of her friend, who passed away last week at the age of 89. Struggling for words, Dench reflected on grief, comparing its powerful energy to petrol, a metaphor she used in the past to describe how she coped with her husband's death in 2001. Dame Maggie Smith, renowned for her roles in Harry Potter and Downton Abbey, was hailed as a true legend by co-stars, King Charles, and fans alike. Her sharp wit and fierce intellect, both on and off screen, earned her admiration throughout her career. Smith and Dench had shared the screen many times, including in Ladies in Lavender and the second-best exotic Marigold Hotel. Dench fondly spoke of planting trees in memory of her loved ones, finding solace in nature while honoring their lives. Though grief weighs heavily, Dench continues to cherish the memories of those she has lost, celebrating their lasting legacy. News 2. A devastating tragedy unfolded in Minneapolis, North Carolina, when Jamie and Melissa Ginn were swept into a river by a powerful mudslide during Hurricane Helene. The couple, just weeks away from celebrating their 10th wedding anniversary, were sheltering with their 8-year-old son when disaster struck. The mudslide destroyed their home, leaving Jamie with a fractured spine and head injuries. However, the most unbearable pain was losing his wife, Melissa. Recalling the terrifying moments, Jamie described hearing his wife's screams before she was swept away by the river. "All I could remember was her screaming, 'Babe, watch out,'" Jamie said. Despite his efforts to save her, Melissa was tragically lost to the rushing floodwaters. Their son, heartbroken, told Jamie, "Dad, I think Mommy's gone." Melissa was a devoted mother of 4 and had a loving, dark sense of humor that brought joy to her family. Jamie is still in shock, struggling to comprehend the loss of his wife. He urges others to cherish their loved ones, saying, "Love who you got, because you don't really know when they're gone." The impact of Hurricane Helene has claimed 227 lives, with North Carolina particularly hard hit. News 3. A tragic accident on San Antonio's northwest side claimed the life of a 27-year-old motorcyclist on Friday night. According to police, the motorcyclist was traveling southbound on Babcock Road near the intersection of Springtime Drive at around 9:24 p.m. when a 1979 El Camino driving northbound made a left turn in front of him. The motorcycle collided with the El Camino, and the rider suffered life-threatening injuries. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but tragically, the young man was pronounced dead at the scene. His identity has been confirmed and his next of kin have been notified. The driver of the El Camino was cooperative with authorities. Police confirmed that the driver was not under the influence and will not face charges related to the accident. This devastating incident serves as a reminder of the dangers present on the road, even when drivers are careful and follow the law. News 4. Thoroughbred racing legend Tepin, a two-time American champion female turf horse, has passed away at the age of 12. Leaving behind a legacy that changed the sport. Known as the Queen of the Turf, Tepin dominated the track, most notably winning the 2015 Breeders' Cup Mile against male competition and capturing the prestigious Queen Anne Stakes at Royal Ascot in 2016. Her dazzling career included victories in 3 countries, and she was inducted into both the Canadian and U.S. Racing Halls of Fame. Tepin's impact extended beyond her racing days. Sold for $8 million at the Fasig-Tipton sale, she went on to produce several foals, including Grateful, a winner of the Prix de Royalieu. Her courage, speed, and heart inspired fans around the world. Tepin passed away in 2023, but news of her death was only shared in 2024. She remains cherished by the racing community for her incredible spirit and will forever be remembered for redefining what a champion truly means. News 5. YouTuber and social media personality Jack Doherty found himself in a dangerous situation during a live stream on Saturday when he crashed his $200,000 McLaren. The 20-year-old was reportedly texting while driving in the rain on a Miami highway, leading to a serious accident that was captured live by his audience. In the footage, Doherty can be seen looking down at his phone before losing control of the car. Moments later, the McLaren skids across the wet road, crashing into a guardrail. The live stream goes white, but the audio reveals the panic as both Doherty and his cameraman, who was riding in the passenger seat, struggled to escape the wrecked vehicle. After the crash, Doherty, visibly shaken and shirtless, inspects the damage to his once-prized supercar. "All my money's gone," he laments, referencing the custom upgrades he had made to the car, including a paint splatter design and custom exhaust. While Doherty was unharmed, his cameraman sustained minor injuries and required stitches. The two were taken to the hospital for treatment. Following the incident, Doherty was banned from the streaming platform Kick, which had over 185,000 viewers tuned in at the time of the accident. News 6. Al Pacino has lived a legendary life, but few moments have been as surreal as his brush with death, which the iconic actor details in his upcoming memoir, Sonny Boy. In a recent interview, the 84-year-old Godfather star recalled a terrifying experience where he was found without a pulse, prompting a life-saving response. "I thought I experienced death," Pacino shared. "I opened my eyes, and there were 6 paramedics in my living room. There was an ambulance outside the door, and 2 of my doctors dressed like they were on Mars. It was like something out of a dream." His assistant, Michael Quinn, was the first to react when he noticed Pacino's condition deteriorating. "He got the paramedics over right away because the nurse taking care of me said, 'I don't feel a pulse on this guy,'" Pacino recounted. While the scare was intense, Pacino later reflected with his characteristic wit, "Everybody thought I was dead. But if I was dead, how did all those people gather around? How did the ambulance show up?" Despite the frightening ordeal, the Scarface actor says his brush with death hasn't changed the way he lives his life. Pacino's memoir, Sonny Boy, which delves deeper into this experience and many others, will be available for purchase on October 15th. News 7. Actress Marissa Abella recently opened up about her harrowing battle with thyroid cancer, which she faced at the young age of 23. As she revealed in a profile with The Times of London, her diagnosis came just as her career was taking off, and she feared the worst for her future in acting. "I was literally in a hospital bed when episode 1 of Industry aired," Abella, now 27, shared. During treatment, she underwent surgery and radioactive iodine therapy, a surreal experience she likened to something from The Simpsons. The toll of the treatment left her physically scarred, leading her to fear that her acting career might be over. When I first went to the bathroom after surgery and saw myself in the mirror, I thought, "That's it, my career is over," she admitted. Despite the emotional and physical challenges, Abella has since gone into remission. Her battle with cancer changed her perspective on life and her career. "There's a distrust within your body," she said, reflecting on how the experience reshaped her priorities. Now, as she moves forward in her career, including her role as Amy Winehouse in Back to Black, Abella carries with her a deeper understanding of what truly matters. News 8. The family of late NHL star Johnny Gaudreau shared a heartwarming day together, creating new memories while honoring their loved one's legacy. On Saturday, October 5th, Johnny's widow, Meredith Gaudreau, who is pregnant with their third child, posted a joyful update on Instagram of her kids spending quality time with Johnny's family. In one snapshot, Johnny's mother, Jane, and sister Katie are seen holding Johnny and Meredith's two young children, daughter Noah, 2, and baby Johnny, 7 months, as they enjoy a ride on an RTV. Meredith's caption read, "Super fun day today for the kiddos with the fam." The family looked happy as they rode through a grassy area, with Johnny's father, Guy, at the wheel. This heartwarming family moment comes shortly after a legal filing by the Gaudreau family, requesting that no records related to Johnny and his brother Matthew's tragic deaths be released. The two brothers, ages 31 and 29, were struck by an alleged drunk driver while riding bikes the night before their sister's wedding in August. Amid the grief, Meredith, who recently announced her pregnancy with their third child, continues to cherish these precious moments with Johnny's family, keeping his memory alive for their children. News 9. Police are stepping up efforts to combat retail theft in major cities through an operation known as Retail Blitz. Officers in Henderson, Nevada and Los Angeles are working together with big box stores to crack down on shoplifting and other retail crimes. Inside Edition's Lisa Guerrero joined officers on patrol to witness the initiative in action. During the operation, several suspects were arrested for allegedly stealing merchandise and harboring stolen goods. The goal of the Retail Blitz is to deter theft, which Scott Glenn, Vice President of Asset Protection at Home Depot, describes as a gateway crime that can lead to more serious criminal activity. The increased police presence and collaboration with retail chains aim to make stores safer for shoppers and employees, while reducing financial losses for businesses. By focusing on prevention and swift action, law enforcement hopes to send a strong message that retail theft won't be tolerated. These efforts have already led to multiple arrests, showing that Retail Blitz is having a positive impact in protecting both retailers and the wider community.
Number 1.
Jack Eicher, a renowned American Anglican bishop, made a lasting impact as a theological leader and advocate for traditional Anglo-Catholic principles. As the third bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Fort Worth from 1995 to 2019, Eicher was a pivotal figure in the Anglican realignment movement. He gained widespread recognition for his leadership during the diocese's departure from the Episcopal Church in 2008, co-founding the Anglican Church in North America, ACNA, and serving as the first bishop of the newly established diocese. A staunch opponent of women's ordination to the priesthood, Eicher became a prominent voice for the preservation of traditional teachings in Anglicanism. Born on August 31, 1949 in Cincinnati, Ohio, Eicher attended the University of Cincinnati and studied at the General Theological Seminary in New York. Before his election as bishop, he was rector of the Church of the Redeemer in Sarasota, Florida, the largest Episcopal parish in the area. His commitment to his faith led him to serve on various religious boards, including Forward in Faith North America and the American Anglican Council. He was also a member of the Society of the Holy Cross, a fellowship of Anglo-Catholic clergy. As bishop, Eicher oversaw significant changes in the Episcopal Diocese of Fort Worth. Under his leadership, the diocese left the Episcopal Church in response to theological differences, particularly surrounding women's ordination. This move was a defining moment in his career and solidified his role as a leading figure in the Anglican realignment. He continued to advocate for traditionalism throughout his tenure and remained a central figure in the ACNA, until his retirement in 2019. Jack Eicher passed away at the age of 75. His legacy as a defender of Orthodox Anglican values and his contributions to the Anglican Church in North America will continue to influence the Anglican tradition for years to come. Tributes to Jack Eicher. Michael Sinelnikov, a talented British-born Canadian actor, director, producer, and writer, left a lasting mark on the arts,